Welcome to the channel. I'm Preston, and in today's story we're going to be going out just south of Fairbanks, Alaska, and scouting out some camping locations for upcoming winter season. Fall lasted about 2 days, and we're going to ride some quads down, check out some areas near the Tanana River, spot a ptarmigan, maybe invite that ptarmigan to have lunch with us. Come on along with the adventure, and hope you enjoy this episode. So here's my quad. Is a 2024 Honda Rubicon 520. It is, the only thing I've really done is I've added, upgraded the tires to these mud tires, but it's got steelies. I do have heated grips, and I do have a winch. Then I added this little mount for shotgun, rifle, whatever. We got the shotgun on here today. Again, if we see a ptarmigan, we'll take a blink at it and see if we can get ptarmigan. But yeah, this is bomb-proof. It's not the fastest, it's not the coolest looking one, but you can ride this thing forever, and it'll just keep on going. So I don't know if you can see off in the distance there, there's some mountains with some snow-capped mountains. Winter is definitely upon us. Yeah, you see this muddy stuff right here? You know, this is, oh, here comes a, let me, back. Hold on. Well, I guess you could argue if they can come down here in that, I could come down here. I would also argue that this is not the smartest place to bring a vehicle like that. But we're trying to get to the Tanana, so we're going to go down. You see that or not? We're going to go down, and then we're going to take a left, and then cut back into some other stuff. I need to get a mount for my phone so I can just see where I'm going. I need to get a lot of things. Money, money, money. I'll tell you, moving to Alaska has gotten super expensive. Doesn't have to be super expensive, but if you want to go out and play with have all the toys and the quads and the guns and everything you need. Because even if you got guns, there's certain guns you need for Alaska, you know, like, I think the 4 guns, if you're going to have if you want to hunt and protect yourself, I think a 10 mil, and I've got bear load in here right now. I think you need a 45-70 is my vote for lever action, and that's for close in range, and that's 50 to 100 meters, 100 yards. And that's for protection. And if you get into tight spaces like this right here, this wooded area, you can go, you know, you can hunt, you can shoot a caribou, you know, if you were able to sneak up on them that close. All right, so I don't think that was the left we're looking for. It may have been though. Let's take a look here. And then the last is going to be, oh, and then a shotgun, not the last, but a shotgun, 12 gauge. And it's going to be for your ptarmigan, and you can also use it for other things, but no, we got a ways to go down here. Okay, you can use a slug for bear protection and stuff like that, but I really don't think that a shotgun is the best for bear protection. I think that, you know, I think a 10 mil and a 45-70 is kind of the best thing for bear and moose protection. And then last is going to be a long-range hunting rifle. Now it's going to, for me, that's a 7 PRC. Some it's a 30-30, but you know, 6.5 Creedmoor, whatever. I think 7 PRC is kind of the do-everything gun. Personal preference there, but yeah, it's the 4 things you need. So, and that's kind of all you need. I'd say that's kind of all you need. I mean, you know, that's $4,000 worth of guns right there. But you know, And then if you're gonna go hunting, you really honestly, you need a quad. The landscape is so vast. And if you kill a moose or a caribou and you need to, you don't want to pack it out. You don't, the terrain in Alaska, it gets real spongy and squishy in a lot of this terrain. And you really need a quad or something to get a lot of this big game out, in my opinion. There are people that do it. They'll pack it out, make 10 trips. But also, while you're packing that out, you also become a target for, I think this is probably the main road here. We're at a fork in the road here. Yeah, this is it. So we need to go left here. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're right here at this fork in the road. We need to go left here, then go down and take a right. And that'll take us down to the river. Because again, we're trying to get down to the river. Just take a look, see. Let me get you off here. And this is what we're looking at. So we get the left here, or you go straight. This straight just dead ends according to the map at kind of a decent elevation. This we'll head down, and then we'll take a right, and it'll take us down to the and I'm going to put you on this way. All right, there we go. So can you see me? Yeah, you can kind of see me. We may turn this a little more. And there's a bunch of trails in here. I need to get kind of get in here and just kind of learn them all. So there's so much to explore here in Alaska. I'm going to try to start local and branch out, and do fishing, camping, and stuff like that. Hunting, obviously. So I posted that video where we went hunting on Mestis, and even though it was a failed hunt, it still was a lot of fun. So. Oh. All right, there's a ptarmigan right there. Ah. So here it is. Oh, I don't know which one this is. I need to learn them. All right, so there's a trick on these to field strip them, and I don't know if we just want to grab him, and I don't really have anything to put him in. But let's see here. I think what I'll do is I'll just throw him all right, I think I'll just take him and just throw him right here on the outside of this pack. And then we'll go down, and then when we get down there, we can, to the river, we can field strip him and throw him in something. I think he'll be secure in there. I don't think he's gonna come out. All right. Got me a ptarmigan.
Yeah, right on. Well, better you than the birds and the...
What's that?
I said better you than the wolves and the fox out here.
Yeah. Well, I'm just out here exploring. I've never been down here, so I'm trying to make it to the river. And this is actually my first ptarmigan ever. So,
oh yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So we just, I just moved here. I'm retired. My wife's in the military. So we got stationed here, and then I think we're going to retire here though. So she's only got 5 years left, and we've been trying to make it up here forever. Military just keeps sending us everywhere but here.
Yeah.
So.
I thought this is where you get punished.
No.
It's got to be worse or do something wrong.
We begged to come here. You know where they sent us? Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
It's like, what the hell? So.
Exact opposite.
All right. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I have a little YouTube channel. I just tinker around.
Right on.
I don't have a bunch of followers or nothing, but I just have fun with it. So.
Well, you got to play it for a while before you get good at it, like everything else, right?
I just like the, really it's about documenting my adventures so like my kids can look back and that type of thing, you know. I'm not looking to make any money, so I got a sugar mama for that, so.
Right on, man, have fun.
All right.
Wow.
All right, so I'm assuming this is the right trail. Let me, there's a little split in the trail there. And again, this is where having, you know, a good mapping system like Gaia comes in super handy. Let's see. Yeah, so we're almost to the river. The river's like literally like right up here in front of us. Oh, this is getting pretty hairy in here. This camera's gonna take a little bit of a beating, I think. All right, let me drop this camera down. Whoop. And again, this is why it's nice to have a quad. You know, you can get in here and a lot of these, you know, you can't get in here, even overlanding. You know, I had a Wrangler 392. I mean, I sold it, traded it for that dually. It was completely paid off, you know. But I mean, you ain't gonna bring that down in here. Hell, it's on. Well, at the time it was $100,000 Jeep. Now they're 60. Get a Raptor. You know, whether it be a Raptor or a Ranger Raptor or whatever, you're not gonna bring it down here. And for Alaska, you know, this is what you want. This is, I think a quad even over a side-by-side is a better deal. Oh, look at this, beautiful. Here we go, right here. That's what I'm talking about. See? All right, so we've got our ptarmigan here. We're just gonna do a quick field strip, and I think we're gonna make some lunch. We'll set up the stove, cook up a little breast. I don't have all my stuff with me because I wasn't planning on cooking this out here. Although I did plan on, you know, if I saw ptarmigan, I was going to take target opportunity, right? All right, let me send a message to my wife real quick. All right, so from what I've seen, and YouTube is not going to like this, from what I've seen is you take your ptarmigan, all right, you step on the wings here and here, and then you grab it by the legs and you slowly start pulling up. Then it's supposed to field strip it if you can keep it underneath there. And there we go. And then there is the breast. So we'll take all this here. Oh, and we'll give this to the river. And then all we should have left here is our breasts and the stomach. If I can cut some of that section off there. And this is my first time ever field stripping oh, you can see all the berries and stuff he was eating. Oh. See all those berries and stuff? This is my first time ever doing this, so so you have to bear with me. So, but the theory of this did work. Yeah, so the stomach's supposed to be like a bubble right here, and you're supposed to just peel it off. All right, so I'll clean this off here. Water here. Clean this off. It's feathers and crap off of here. This is why I wanted to be at the river, so I could just dunk it in the river. And again, people are probably, so I think it was like you make an incision right down the center here. And I'm probably gonna butcher this first time. But you know what? You gotta learn, huh? Somehow. Yeah, there's the breastbone right there. I'm trying to also do this to where you can see what I'm doing too. But basically, I'm trying to get this breast off of this damn bird. And it's kind of being successful, sort of, maybe. Again, I'm sure there are a ton of people that are just like screaming at the what you call it right now. They're like, oh my God, dude, you are butchering that thing. And you know what? I am. But hey, there's somebody here doing it. All right, so first little breast, little guy. Let's get him cleaned off here. How about that? Huh? First time ever shooting a ptarmigan. So I didn't think this through. I should have got my skillet ready. So for now, we'll just set her on the quad. We'll attempt to not massacre this other side. All right. 2 horribly, horribly done. Actually, this one's not too bad, to be honest with you. This one I butchered all to hell. But, you know, we'll get better as we do it more often. So let's get out, let me clean this off. Let's get out the old stove and cook it up. So this is just a little Amazon stainless steel skillet pan thing. They had good reviews, and so I thought, well, why not? It's super thick, super durable. Came with a little case. So, and this is the MSR Dragonfly. I think it's the Dragonfly. It's the one that has simmer control, which I think is the Dragonfly. Okay, let's see here. Let a little fuel in the bowl here. Turn it off. Oh. And this platform is probably not the best, this ATV platform here, probably not the best place to do this, especially because there's a wind coming off the river there. Oh, I forgot to, there we go. I think the best way to do this is going to be to just throw them on here and slowly heat them up with it. Again, I don't have any oil, and we'll let that cook. The ta-na-na-na. So I always think of that Muppet thing, the ta-na-na-na, whatever here, the Tanana River. I think I'm drinking raw bird. I think I touched the, hopefully I don't get sick. Oh, I shouldn't know. I just took a drink. I was like, yeah, I smell that. And I looked at the top of my thing here, and there was some bird parts left over. So we're gonna let this cook and check in on it here in a few minutes. It's gonna stick to this thing, but well, we'll see. I mean, without having any seasoning, it may be very gamey and bland. Oh, we just flipped it, so it's slowly cooking. I really, this wind is putting a lot of, taking a lot of this heat away. Maybe I should have cooked this in my Cedar Summit pot over there. It probably would have made a better deal. I mean, this is what this really is made for, but with the wind and the exposure, not having any olive oil. They say it's easy to overdo this, and it doesn't taste very good if you do overdo it, but it's all trial and error. Again, first ptarmigan ever cooked, ever killed, ever cleaned, ever. All right, the mosquitoes are coming out. I thought we would be good, wouldn't have to deal with them, but they are they're out and about. Now again, it says you do not want to overdo ptarmigan. And I'm pretty sure that I've kind of overdone it, but you know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this a little easier. I'm gonna cut this up. Let's see. And just do a little, like a stew type deal. And again, I'm cooking this kind of low as I can. There we go. And I'm sure again, there's someone on the internet that's screaming at their screen right now saying, "What are you doing? You are an idiot. You're letting any juice that was in there out and you're just gonna scorch that thing." Yeah, I get it. There might have been some shot there. You know, I'm cooking this bird and the wind's blowing that direction, which is out into the woods. So the smell is ruminating towards anything that's out there that, you know, fox, coyote, whatever's out there, bears. All right, so let's see here. First time I've had ptarmigan. It seems pretty tender in there. Make sure I don't have any, I think there's some buck, I think there's some steel shot in here. Huh. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oop, I dropped it. A little gamey. Yeah, this is why a 22, you always see him hunting with 22s. And I could have got this with a 22. Because it was right there. I mean, it was, you know, 10 yards down the way. But if you're out, in my opinion, if you're out in a survival situation, a shotgun you're going to have better luck with, right? Especially distance. I'm running a modified chokers on here. So I got a little bit of a tight pattern. So I can get out there and touch them. Yeah, again, this is pretty yummy, I'll have to say. I'll have to admit. All right, better camera angle, hopefully. If I get sick tonight, we'll see. But, and I'm eating like this because of the steel shot. I'm trying to, so far, that's the only piece I found of steel shot. You know, I cooked this pretty well. And it's still tender, it's juicy. I mean, it tastes good. I don't know why people say you should leave it pink. Let my stove cool down, pack everything back up, and head back up to the truck. Again, this was just, you know, so what time is it? It's 2:41. I got here at 12-ish, 12:30. I got here at 12:30. Had to go back to get my phone. Saw the ptarmigan on the trail, shot it, got over here. So, I mean, in less than an hour, we have driven down to a beautiful river. I found a ptarmigan. Had lunch with that ptarmigan. And I'd like to stay the night. I can't. I've got to be home tomorrow. But honestly, you know, if this wouldn't be a bad area to set up a little tent, shelter of some sort, tarp, get a little fire going. I'd really like to be down closer to the river, or at least have access to the river for kind of washing, doing dishes and all that kind of stuff. So I could pull some more water and purify it. But, you know, again, you cannot complain. This has been a great little Sunday outing. Let me know what you think about my horrible culinary skills with ptarmigan. So get this cleaned up. I'm thinking about, you know what, for dessert, I did get something I could probably have for dessert. Let's see here. Let me boil some water real quick. It's granola with milk and blueberries. It's not really dessert. It's kind of dessert. But let's do that real quick before we get cleaned up. Oh, I like this little thing. I've used it to cook pancakes, and this is the first. I've used it to cook pancakes once, and that was it. I just got this, and then this ptarmigan. So it's kind of stuck on there, but it's not too bad. You know, if I get a little bit of, if I had some olive oil, this wouldn't be a problem at all. I mean, I could take it down, put some dirt on here, some sand on here, and with some water, and wash this pretty easily. You know, I was going to bring another thing of water, and I guess I should have. Funny enough, I did bring another water container, just no water in it. You know, these Mountain House meals, they're good, but man, they are super expensive. This is $7 right here, you know? It's crazy. It's cray-cray. One trick on these is that right there. All right, something's in the woods. Hey, bear. Hey, bear. Good crashing sound. Hey, bear. Right over there. Hey, bear. Hey. Well, I don't know. Big old crashing sound. So maybe it was a bear. Maybe it wasn't a bear. Let me make sure. All right, we are loaded, and we have hard cast .200 grain bear rounds in there. Hey Sherry, where are you?
I'm over here.
Oh, there you are. All right, now we're all done eating. Get cleaned up and get back on the road. Wind's picking up, sun's going down, starting to cool back off. I'm nice and toasty in my bibs, in my down jacket, and my heated grips. So hope you enjoyed this episode. There'll be more to come. Lots planned for the future. Alaska is kind of like just been amazing since we've been here. And I've only been here a couple months. I've gone hunting, just the landscape, the openness. I've gone out and explored a little bit. This is my first kind of foray off by myself, scouting out camping locations. Winter camping is coming, hot tent camping. I'm going to be snowshoeing and the cabins up in the recreation area near the Steese. Just so much more to come. So thank you for watching. If you got any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if there's anything that you want to see specifically in this area, let me know and I'll see if I can make it happen. Until the next one, get out there and explore. That was kind of dumb. I haven't really found a catchphrase to say when I'm done with my videos. Thanks for watching. I'm just going to do that from now on.